Various anti-vaxxers are now lashing out at Carhartt for keeping the vaccine mandate for their employees. So now the CEO of the Michigan-based country known for making some rather warm winter apparel, Mark Valade, told Carhartt staff that the company's own vaccine mandate would stay in place, even after the Supreme Court blocked the Biden administration's vaccine or test mandate. So that was, again, the mandate set out by the Biden administration. Any company, I believe over 500 employees, is either 500 or 100. I'm not quite sure the exact number of employees at this very moment. Either you get vaccinated or you submit to regular testing. Okay, and so that was the mandate for businesses. The Supreme Court said, no, that's not going to happen. We're going to block that. Again, majority conservative Supreme Court doesn't really care about their employees. But even so, afterwards, Carhartt decided to keep it. Okay, great. So now here's what he wrote in an email to his staff. We put workplace safety at the very top of our priority list, and the Supreme Court's recent ruling doesn't impact that core value. We and the medical community continue to believe vaccines are necessary to ensure a safe working environment for every associate and even perhaps their households. An unvaccinated workforce is both a people and business risk that our company is unwilling to take. A Carhartt spokesperson also later told Business Insider that the company was aware that not all staff supported that vaccine mandate, but then added, "We stand behind our decision because we believe that vaccines are necessary to protect our workforce," adding that the mandate was part of the company's longstanding commitment to workplace safety. All right, well, that's great. Now, MAGA, however, they're not thrilled with this decision. See, after copies of Valade's email were shared on different social media sites, the news quickly went viral, of course, and some opponents of the vaccine mandates had decided they were going to engage in a little bit of cancel culture. Yes. In fact, here's Ashley St. Clair, a right-wing author and former Turning Point brand ambassador, tweeting out, "Went from buy Carhartt to buy Carhartt real quick." She also tweeted, hashtag cancel culture or cancel Carhartt, and said that the company's vaccine mandate amounted to quote unquote medical tyranny. Now, these are the same people, by the way, who wanted to drug test you if you wanted welfare benefits. How's that not medical tyranny? If getting a vaccine is medical tyranny, then why isn't forcibly making people do drug tests for benefits? How is that not tyranny? Selective tyranny, that's what that is. Now, there's more. Dana Loesch, or Lash, whatever, she's the former NRA spokesperson and a former Breitbart news writer. Here's what she tweeted. "Even though it doesn't prevent transmission as per the CDC, no recognition of natural immunity? This true, Carhartt?" So wait, who said that the vaccine prevents transmission? Look, what it does is that it reduces the rates of hospitalization and death from COVID-19. Now, as for natural immunity, there's actually a new study that dropped out a couple of days ago that suggests that for the Delta variant specifically, natural immunity actually ended up being more potent than vaccine-induced immunity. So now that's interesting. Look, science, right? Science, turns out, the conclusions of science, they end up changing after you study something and learn more about it. So that's what's interesting. We do more studies. So now, again, natural immunity, fairly strong. Now, the big problem with natural immunity that is not negated by these studies is, well, the fact that you have to get COVID first to get natural immunity. Now, that's an issue. You've got to get COVID and you've got to survive it first. I don't know if Republicans or anti-vaxxers have this idea that, oh no, you have natural immunity before you get COVID, and so you don't have to get a vaccine. Well, that's not true. You don't actually have the natural immunity until you get COVID. And then that just makes it so that if you get COVID again, which you're, likely to, being an unvaccinated person, but again, you can be vaccinated and get COVID. And so, I mean, do you think that, do you think you're immune without getting the vaccine? I mean, it's ridiculous. No, that's not at all true. That's not at all true. Yes, you can be reinfected with COVID after you've had COVID once. And so the problem with getting COVID the first time without any sort of immunity from the vaccine, for example, is that you end up either, again, you have a higher chance of going to the hospital, you have a higher chance of dying from COVID-19, and you even have a higher chance of having some other issues. For example, long COVID, organ damage, nerve damage, neurological damage. People have lost their sense of taste and smell. And again, let me point out too, that this study was done on the Delta variant. Now with Omicron, we don't know. Omicron now accounts for 99.5% of the cases in the country, which means that we have no idea how natural immunity fares against the Omicron variant. And so that is why, no matter what variant you're dealing with, that's why it's highly recommended to get the vaccine. Whether you've had COVID or not, whether you have natural immunity, get the vaccine anyway. Because people who have had COVID before and have developed natural immunity and they get the vaccine, they're even way more protected according to studies than people who have just gotten the vaccine or people that are unvaccinated. So very, very important, get the vaccine. But there's more. Blaze TV host Elijah Schaefer said that Carhartt was, quote unquote, subjecting their employees to medical abuse. Fun. The Quartering. I don't know if you're familiar with Jeremy over at the Quivering. He tweeted that he had spent thousands of dollars each year on Carhartt clothing. But no more. I'm done purchasing any of their stuff and giving them thousands in free advertising. Sad. Baby. Cancel culture. Cancel culture. And by the way, here comes the best part. Some of these MAGA people are destroying or defacing their own stuff, their own things, in order to own the libs. So let me. And then we have this. Remember who supported you, Carhartt? What? Imagine going through and being so mad that you would cut off the logos of all of your gear. And look, Carhartt's not cheap. I'm just saying, not cheap at all. Oh, defacing or destroying your own products that you've already purchased, that you already paid for, to own the libs. Ah, yes, I am feeling so owned right now. Yes, very, very owned. Oh, God. Look, here's the thing. Boycotts are one thing. Boycotts, they can be a valid tool in protesting the actions of a company or protesting working conditions. Okay? Now, that's one thing. Again, BDS. That can be very effective at trying to get a company or even a government to try to change tack, to try to do something different. But see, here's the thing, right? Conservatives have this weird tendency to destroy things that they paid money for. Like, I don't know, I don't think the CEO of Carhartt is going to be all that upset at anti-vaxxers, especially since he already has your money. You've already given him, Jeremy from the Quartering, you already gave him thousands of dollars each year. And I'm sorry, but Sure, maybe he might miss your tiny little contribution. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to be all right. The CEO, you're going to be fine. He's already got your money. And by the way, they're shifting to a new audience anyway. One more thing. The left boycotts and protests things like poor working conditions, sexism in the workplace, discrimination, low pay, things like that, right? Or when companies poison the environment, or when they attempt to co-opt a movement to sell their crappy products. Left gets pretty mad over that stuff. But the right boycotts things for stupid reasons. Company too woke. They had gay people in their ad. Must now burn coffee machine. Come on. It's so incredibly stupid, the entire thing. But hey, by all means, go ahead and destroy your own clothes. Whatever. I will not wear pants until the government tyranny. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. That's funny. That's funny shit, y'all. You know it is. Well, yeah. Like, I saw a comment, tweet actually, under the video that I showed you, and they're like, conservatives going to be running around naked before anything because they will have, basically canceled all clothes makers. Yeah, pretty much. After the Goya stuff last year, I stopped buying their stuff, but I finished what I have. Haven't bought any more since. Like I said, boycotts themselves, they can be effective. And of course, they, can send a message. And that's fine. I don't have anything wrong with, I don't think there's anything wrong with boycotts. But just like, if you are destroying the stuff as like a virtue signal, that just seems really ridiculous. And it's something that the right tends to do a lot.